gotta be. I ain't living in your fantasy, and I'll be real if it's the death of me. I'ma be who I gotta be, and I don't care who you pretend to be, cause I'll be real if it's the death of me.
Also, for everybody, I suggest you take a notepad out. I don't know if you got like a notebook. You take notes on your phone, computer, whatever it is. But we're talking about goals today, how to set them, strategies on what we personally do, what, your top goals are. So hopefully you're writing down your goals for the new year. And then also, if you're not listening to this in January, it doesn't mean that you can't write down and start strategizing for goals. This doesn't have to be a new year thing. Like, this can be something that you do in August, July, November. Like, don't wait until the new year to set new goals. We just happen to be doing it right now. And then the last thing we're going to be talking about is strategies on how you can plan and maintain your goals. So I'm excited. I love to set goals. I'm probably a little bit obsessive when it comes to goals. I do like 5-year or 10-year goals. And also I have like, hey, I want to accomplish this year. Hey, I want to accomplish this month. So I'm ready to jump into it. Golightly, I think you kind of went through some of yours already, but I wanted to talk about what are your top 3, and if you want to share more, you can, but top 3 goals of the year that you don't mind sharing on the podcast. And, we'll probably keep each other accountable, listeners to keep us accountable or something like that.
The funny thing about us, man, is like, even when we don't really be pressing each other on stuff, it's still, it's an elephant in the room. Mm-hmm. Kenny say, hey, man, I'm gonna run a 5K in February. We both looking like, all right, it's January 5th. Like, we ain't gonna say nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Timer, yep.
Yeah. So honestly, what's most important to me right now and top of mind, like I was saying, is definitely continued education. So I'm 2-time certified right now. Definitely need to bump that up. And I'd hate to be the one to put this out there, but recently we've seen more large mass layoffs, right? So just doing the best that I can to increase my skill sets, right? And instead of just asking for X amount of dollars as a salary, putting in the work to make myself worth that salary, and make that apply anywhere. Gain skills that nobody can take from you is what I've been aiming for. So certifications definitely.
Do you have specific certifications? I hate to put you on the spot, but
oh no, yeah. So obviously I'm a consultant, and I work in Service Cloud. That's where I've worked in Salesforce's Service Cloud for the past year. So Service Cloud certification is going to be first. Service Cloud consultant certification will be first. That's the actual name of the credential. Second will be Sales Cloud consultant, and then third will be certified business analyst. So those are the 3 that I will achieve and I will have under my belt this year.
Okay. Are these in order too?
Service Cloud will be first. I know that. It probably is in order because of my alignment and glide path and whatnot. So it probably most likely go that way. I don't know. I think business analyst is kind of in the air right now. It may be replaced with something more technical, but it will still be a third certification.
Yeah. And someone actually pointed this out. Like, there's not everyone knows about Salesforce, the intricacies of it. I do. So I always like skip past it. Can you explain like why this would be difficult? Like, why can't I just go and take the certification today? Like,
yeah.
Do these cost money? How much time does it take to train? How long are the tests? Can you just give us like a super quick rundown so people understand like the weight of these goals?
Yeah. So from a, what do we call it? 30,000 foot overview, 30,000 foot overview. Right. So each course, I believe the exams are $200. You don't pay for the training. The training is free. Salesforce has its own native training platform called Trailhead. So you can get on Trailhead. You can make you a free account. You sign up for what's called a playground, which is where you get in there, you learn, you get technical, and they give you modules and assignments to say, okay, do this. Like, it's going to give you some requirements and stuff, whatever, and teach you how to use the features and functionality. I guess the blocker there is that takes time. It takes time. And then if it doesn't take time, you're probably rushing. And if you're rushing, how much information are you retaining, right? So the blocker is always putting aside enough time to actually learn and retain the information in Salesforce, because a lot of people are throughout a transition and process and your time is limited, right? But that's their training, I guess, structure. The exam is $200, like I said. Training is completely free. You can schedule it. You do not have to be on site. They have plenty of locations across the U.S. Also, overseas. I'm sure you could get an on-site proctor exam. I mean, you can get you an on-site exam if you like, but we also offer proctored exams to where you could take it from home, which is what I do. Take it in your own setting, peace and quiet. Now, I will say you cannot have any music playing, can't have any headphones on, right? And they're pretty strict, but it's for a reason. You don't want to, if you gain a certification, to me as a hiring manager or a potential, recruiter, whatever, if I see that you have a Salesforce certification and it's specific to a particular platform or cloud, that tells me that you know how to use that. So if I put you in a position based off of your certification and you don't do well, I mean, you may be looking at a PIPS and month one, pretty much like you're already on like a path to failure, so actually retain the information. Don't burn through it. Yes, Trailhead is free. I tell people about Trailhead all the time, tell people about how easy it is to learn Salesforce, but it is time consuming and it's not easy. You have to want it. You got to understand the clicks, the features, the functionalities, and you got to make the time for it. You have to have a why, because at the end of the day, it's there for you. It's $200 for a certification. I've only got 2 so far, but like you just gotta want it. You gotta want it. Simply put.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, my bad for going on a that wasn't 30,000 foot, huh? I think we did an address drop.
Yeah, we dove straight in.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Kenny, did you want to share? Oh, go ahead,
man.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like,
that was only one goal. Lost got 2 more.
Yeah, you're right. So that was one of the certifications. But I was gonna say, like, it's kind of frustrating, man. I talk to a lot of people that always ask me a bunch of questions about it. So it always, I'm glad that you asked that. But you're right, that is one goal. Let me pull these back up. I should have them on the top of my mind. I should have them, what I'm saying, right here above my computer where I sit all day.
You should.
But yeah, so like I said, continued education, which are those technical certifications that we talked about. I do want to start creating content, right? So I do a lot of Trailhead projects, Trailhead super badges, and a lot of different things that teach you Salesforce. And I've came across some problems and some business issues to where I couldn't find a solution. You couldn't Google it and find a solution. So I want to be able to start making like how-tos to help people when they're stuck, or, start creating the resources that I couldn't find when I was going through certain, modules or whatever. And then also start doing projects. I still have Leo. I'm actually about to kick off this advanced flow course, and the top of my list as far as priorities to finish. I told you I was going to build an app. The app is still not finished. The only thing that I'm missing is the automation piece, which I don't know how to do. So we're learning that literally next week. So January 9th, we'll be beginning that, getting into flows and automation and all that exciting stuff. But yeah, so continued education. I'll probably be sharing some content about my journey while I'm learning flows and automation, because that's the most daunting to me as far as, I mean, obviously it's not hard to Kenny as a developer, but learning flows and automation, I'll probably create content behind that. Also creating content behind gaming. I enjoy playing the game with my friends, kicking it, having a good time. I think we always have a really hilarious, chat going on. So I want to share that with the world, and then also have that for memories and whatnot too. So definitely gonna start creating more content. Leo making content on my office setup. A lot of that will be, I'm excited, man. And then staying focused in the gym and in the kitchen. If I could swap with Kenny, I would. If it was easier for me to stay in the kitchen, because I take pre-workout, bro. So the pre-workout gonna get me in the gym, but pre-workout ain't gonna make you cook no food. Yeah. If I could swap with Kenny, I would, man. But yeah, those are my top 3. Super excited about it, man.
That's
super excited.
I'm excited to see the content.
Yeah, same. I can't believe
I've
always wanted to be able to push for content, but never, I don't know. I'm here on the podcast, so
yeah,
that's
same,
content.
Same, Kenny. Same.
This is what pushed me, though. Honestly.
Yeah. It's a start.
It is.
Dang. Yeah, I don't want to use that, but like I always think like, man, it'd be fun to make content like recreationally, like, with games or other things. Like how much time do we spend watching like other creators, right? So it's
Exactly.
and the advice that they always have is just like, you just got to push through. You just got to do it.
Exactly. Yep.
So
That's a great point. Like that's the first thing that I think of. I got, for one, like you said, we're consumers of it, but I think the thing that scares people away most is not getting traction as soon as they would like. Right.
Yeah.
So like you said, what that looks like for me, and I've been consuming some of that content lately, just preparing for what it could look like, and pushing through those times where views are low, pushing through those times where not everybody's getting the delivery or whatever. So yeah, that definitely that's top of mind for me. And I just gotta we just gotta do it. So what I'm hearing is Kenny gonna be making content too, man.
I'm gonna try. I'm thinking about
Kenny
it.
Kenny got like a podcast voice like already.
No, we
Honestly.
all do. But I guess the segues into my I guess content creation would be one of my goals, but like it's like a tree, right? Because there's multiple avenues where I would want to do it in. It's like one of the goals I had for myself, that I've been telling myself I'm going to do this for a long time, is create an album, like a music, and that's something that I've been working on for like since COVID, since 2020. I told myself I was going to do it. 4 songs, and I get like halfway in one, and I just stop, and then I move on, and then I forget about it, and then when I get the inspiration again, I come back and I just work on a new project, and then same thing happens. So I'm really trying to, now thinking with the smart structure, I'm like, maybe I'll do it every quarter. I'll try to have one. That's one of my goals.
When you have those those bursts to where you're like, all right, let me get back to this. Is it like passion behind it? It's like, man, I'm really enjoying this, and it just kind of just comes and goes.
Yeah, it's usually like I'll either have a huge moment of inspiration, or I'll like listen to something like a song or something will pop up on my Spotify that I love, and then or I'll just be like walking, like no lie, I'll just be walking or something. I'll hear something in my head, and I'm like, all right, whip out my phone, do a voice note, and then
are you singing on these tracks, Kenny? Kenny G,
everything.
for real?
Yeah, I'll do everything.
No.
So
we didn't even know Golightly. We didn't even know.
I didn't know. I told you, I said he had a podcast voice, but he just got a voice in general, man.
So we'll see.
Kenny G.
But that's one goal. So hopefully I stick to it this year. I'm really hoping for it.
What kind of music is this? It's like grown and sexy music?
Oh hell yeah.
Grown and sexy.
No, it's just music for all ages.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Coming to you live, it's Kenny G.
Then 2, I have a lot of goals around like sports. Like I don't know if you guys know, like I golf a lot. So
what? I didn't know that.
I fucking love golf, dude.
You good at golf?
No.
That's what Golightly said.
I used to golf. So I grew up on a golf course. I golfed all the time growing up, and then I didn't play at all from like high school until last year. So I haven't swung for like like almost 15 years ish.
Yeah.
So that's something that I kind of thought would be fun. It's like to document my journey back to golf and like improving. Because I've only played at this point for like 6-8 months. And so my goal next year is to break 90. I ended the year this year shooting 94.
Hey.
So
let's go.
I'm close.
I'll tell you what, man. I got one goal in terms of golf, and it's just to get better than that brother right there. Leo. I'll just be watching when we go golfing, man. I'd be like, man, how does he do that, man? Golly. And I get up there thinking it's all muscle, man. So you know what, Kenny here. We gonna start training together, man. I'm gonna come see you.
Yeah.
So dude, I fucking love golf. And so like I'm gonna play in a sim league this winter here in Indy. So
a swim league.
Going simulator. Sorry, shouldn't have abbreviated. So I'm gonna go all out. So there's that.
Speaking code.
And then so like music, golf. I run a basketball league, so I always just want to improve and do like better each time. I also play in a soccer league, and I just want to be better than I was last year, and that's a very low bar, so I'm pretty sure I'll reach that.
That's a good start.
Yeah, so like those kind of all are in one. like a lot of content creation, a lot of recreation. With that same thing, like I just want to not only get stronger, but I really want to focus on my flexibility and my mobility
That's good.
this year. And so I'm really trying to uh, implement a stretching routine in my day, whether it be morning, like I want to stretch for at least 15 minutes, like at a minimum every other day.
That's good.
And so like, because I think everyone focuses on, being strong, having huge muscles, etc. But mobility is like, I think more functional strength and mobility is really key as well, because then you can those help your lifts. I'm trying to think what else I got. Those are like my main ones. Like I said, being intentional. I want to just like, I have a goal. I want to see like someone, like friends or family, once a month, or call them, like just maintain my relationships that I have. Like, and I know it's a two-way street. So like, why can't I'm going to take the initiative and start doing stuff.
That's a grown man right there.
That's
Let
something
me
I'm
take
trying
the
to improve on
initiative.
this year. Yeah.
What? Let me take the initiative. All right, Kenny, you right, man.
And then
You're talking to us.
I have some side projects that I want to do at least 2 side projects this year. So in terms of like professional growth and development, like I have 2 side projects is my goal. I feel like it's ambitious, but also it's reachable. So, and if I only get one, but I maintain it for the whole year and it continues on, that's great. Like it's a win for me.
Yep.
And then obviously finances, but I feel like that's too much of a gimme that like everyone does.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. Pick up a new hobby. Pickleball. That'll be my new hobby.
Man, you're doing a lot of sports.
I love staying active, dude.
A lot in general. I don't even know how you do it.
Listen, I go to the gym and I love it, but I don't like the crowds. And then so like I get bored like waiting on the machine. But you throw me on a court, tell me to chase a ball, I'll be there for 4 hours. I don't care.
Okay.
It's so much. I don't know. It's just so much more fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get back into something. Go ahead, G.
I think as I've been, this is 2 months now of 100% remote. So I think the more that I'm buckled in the house, the more that I enjoy being outdoors. Talking about just taking out the trash, just taking longer now. Like I just be outside, just like, oh man, wow,
what is this fresh
forgot what it was?
thing?
Yeah, I forgot what it was like out here. I definitely I'll be in the gym just like literally just releasing, bro, just because it's like pent up, pent up energy, and everything that comes with the day. Finally get a chance to release everything. So you got to pour your heart and energy and soul into something if you got some left over at the end of the day. Yeah, I get in the gym, man. I'll be like a kid in a candy store.
All right, Leo, I think that leaves you.
Okay. Just making sure you're good. Those are all good. So I just got 3. One we already talked about. 1 run, 1 race in a quarter. I don't necessarily have like timelines or locations. Like it'd be cool to switch up the location on those, but I'm hoping to be consistent in running this year since I have the capability to do it outside literally all year round. So I'm hoping to like enjoy it and make like my reward for, hey, you were consistent to be a race and get a medal. I've never run an official race and got a medal.
That's crazy.
That's surprising for y'all, but I've ran in 2 races and I didn't register for them on time. Yeah, so literally I was just there because a friend invited me out or something like that. And then I ran the marathon in the desert. Obviously there was nothing for that. But yeah, so I have 0 medals. 0.
Don't you love that?
And I'm not running a marathon again, so I will never get a medal.
Let's run a marathon. All right, I'll sign up for a marathon.
Nah, you can wheel me around, but I'm not running that. So that's one. I'm trying to set a big goal, and this will propel my, another goal for the future, but my credit limit below 30%, and then double my credit limit this year. So I want to really focus on like maintaining, like for the rest of my life after this year, my credit should be, either the exact same or better. Like that's a focus, because over the past couple of years, I go like up and down, up and down, up and down throughout the year. And I'm like, all right, like let's just get it to a point. We'll just stay there. So increasing it. And then also, if no one knows, like 30% is what like Experian, FICO, TransUnion, like that's the limit for good credit utilization. So that's why I want 30%. If you're using 30% of your credit or below, you're like in the best standing or in good standing. There's another level below that, but 30% is pretty much like good to go for them. And then Kenny, like you said, my last one actually, for the top three at least, I have a lot of like different ones, but is to reconnect with family and friends a little bit better, be a little bit more intentional. You know, call someone once a week, like me being the proactive person. Call someone once a week. There's a lot of family that I have back up north that like I haven't connected with because I've been like too busy. So kind of want to get rid of that mindset of like being too busy because it's good for me. It's probably good for them. Just like be close and connected with, you know, family or close friends that, you know, pour into me. So that's something I'm making a priority this year.
Facts.
Yeah. That's something that we could spin off a whole episode. That I think it's a toxic mentality, that you're like the too busy mentality. Like I've been through it too.
Yeah.
Like call your parents. Call if you have if you have loved ones, call them. Like seriously.
Yeah, no, it is very toxic, and to me, like it's stupid. Like whenever something happens, you know, I don't respond to a text or a call, and the only excuse I have is too busy, rather than I didn't want to, or if I'm with someone else, I don't care. But like too busy because I was working, like that's a terrible response, like awful response. So
yeah.
You can always do the call back, the text back, the something. So that's something I'm working on this year.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Feel that.
And then the last, y'all got anything on like goals? Maybe something that people should set, something that you'd want to set for this year, goals before we move on to the next topic?
What do you mean? Like what
like
we
general goals?
Yeah, like goals that people should set or sections of life that people should like focus on that maybe we don't.
Yeah. I think like the three main things that all of us have, like the main themes are like fitness, like everyone should set a goal on how to be healthier, improve your health in a little bit. Financially, everyone can, aim to do a little better, and family, or like relationships or fun as well. Like I think,
that's true. I kind of want to tack down a little bit on the finances though, because there's some viewers and listeners sometimes who hear sayings like that but don't necessarily know where to even start. So I think having at least like a savings goal, or the simple act of starting to invest, opening you up a 401k, something like that, or making sure that you're contributing to something for long-term investments. And again, I'm not a financial advisor by any means, anything like that, but just giving general advice, because like I remember at one point in time, I thought saving was just like, which it is for some, just put it under the mattress, put in wherever you save money. But definitely a lot more that can be done with $1. So in terms of finance, start saving at least. Like just have a goal to save something, or have a goal to learn more about your purchasing power. And I'll just leave it at that. But at least seek some more information on that. Don't use the fact that you don't know as an excuse to never take action.
That's a real good point. Yeah, and we should probably bring somebody on for this. But yeah, I think first step is make sure you learn. If you're like, hey, I'm not in a financial spot that I want to be in, the people who are in a good financial spot are still learning. So no matter what, that's an answer for everybody. So yeah, that's 100% a good first step. Lo, so you know this, but when I had like no money, I started with a financial advisor. If anybody needs a financial advisor, someone to help them out, like guide them, I was literally giving my financial advisor $50 a month, which is nothing, when it comes to retirement or building up a safety net. $50 a month is literally absolutely nothing. But I said, I need to start now because I don't know how else I will retire. I have no clue how people build wealth or build insurance, Roth IRAs, 401ks. So I went to the financial advisor, like, hey, I ain't got much. Eventually, I'm going to make some money. So let me just give you what I have. And I was like, I need you to teach me what plan I can even make. That's where I started. So, yeah. Do
And
whatever you possibly can.
that little action, though, I bet you that got you a long way, because by the time you finally, sought some information, now you know a little thing or two. You've also got like some results there. You're not starting from scratch.
Yep. A year later,
That's dope. That's dope.
with talking to my financial advisor, literally a year later of doing $50 a month, I don't even think I had enough money to contribute every single month. I didn't have enough money to do that 12 consecutive months. But by the end, we had a conversation about like what I said my goal was at the beginning, what I had done, and then where I was on the chart compared to everybody else. And only because I decided to start at that point, I was already ahead of most of my peers. Think about that.
So you're saying that I don't have to have $1,000 to start investing. I don't have to have $10,000. I can start with $50.
You can
start
probably
investing, start contributing.
Less than $50.
Okay. That's
less
dope.
than $50 to set up the rest of your entire life. Yes, that first year changed my life. Then I made a little bit more money, or I was like, hey, now I understand that this is how you can save money. Like, so much I learned from just that experience. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm getting a return on my money. The bank gives you what, 0.01% or something like that. And then I saw like a 6 or 7% from my financial advisor on my $50. I was like, oh, why wouldn't I give this guy more money? So yeah, sorry. Thanks,
dope, man.
Thanks,
thank you. Thank you for that.
No, it's
again, not financial advisors, but
not financial advisors. I got one.
We're not giving advice or recommendations. We're just talking about our own experience.
My own experience. Yep.
But no, I think the thought of saving sometimes can be super daunting, because it's just like, it's essentially you're losing money in a sense, right? You're losing money now for gaining money later, or at least that's the way I think I used to look at it, is, oh crap, I have less money to spend now.
Yeah.
Because I'm putting it away. But
yeah,
for me, what I found works is having like a reoccurring deposit into an investment account. So then like that way it's automatically pulled
automated.
I'm used to, working with a monthly income that already has that pulled out. And then like your lifestyle adapts.
Yeah.
And you're automatically saving. So it's kind of like you don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
God, I love that, man.
Golightly,
out of sight, out of mind, man.
Golightly, do you remember the text I sent to you and Kai? It's probably like in August or something like that, and said, hey, I'm like taking the next step on my investing goal.
I do remember that. You beefed up numbers, didn't you?
Yeah,
I remember.
I automated it. Yeah. So yeah, we just talked about me having, and this was like, let's say 6-7 years ago. I don't remember when I was doing like the $50. It wasn't long enough ago. But now that 50 has literally turned into 500 auto. Kind of like you said, like now I was like, that was the goal, was like, all right, automate it now. If you can do it, automate it, like make it super easy. We're gonna talk about this. This part of my strategies actually, Kenny, is like create cheat codes for yourself. So this is like a perfect segue. I call them cheat codes. Maybe everyone doesn't get that, but what I do is I pretty much create like different psychological triggers in my head so that it's still a reward. So you were saying like some people think that saving is daunting. Me, I have like a bunch of like triggers for my finances. One of them, it's literally called like I think it's the 10K tax. So hey, the government is taking taxes out of your check. The state, depending on which one you want, is taking taxes out of your check. You go to a counter and you buy something, you're getting sales tax. I was like, all right, why don't I just create a tax for myself for my investment or savings goal? So I created like a tax. Oh, this is literally just tax. I got taxes coming out of my check also from my bank account too.
That is so, man, that is so huge, bro. Like that's what it took for me to get somebody over the hump, was just like the fact of saying, I can't save up. I can't save. And it's like, well, let's talk about taxes a little bit then, and we grazed the surface of marginal tax and stuff like that. And then once I understood, I'm like, oh, okay. So like, I guess I could probably do like 10%. I'm like, 10% is great.
That's a lot.
10%. That's like, and it's, just because like it's, for one, you automate it, and then you think about what you spend money on already anyway, so if I say, hey man, I'm gonna buy me one of these hats every paycheck. If I really wanted to, for the purposes of like content and like building a collection, I know I can make that happen, and I can convince myself that I can make that happen.
Yep.
But for like some, it's like it's difficult to think about that from a similar lens to say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take that $42 that it takes to buy one of these hats, and I'm gonna invest that into my future. Hey, wait a minute. Buy one, get one, Black Friday.
No. That's a perfect example. Is like whatever your guilty pleasure is, like if you're in a spot either financially where you're on the border or you're not in a good situation at all, like create that cheat code. Like, hey, I'm gonna save one hat this month instead of buying one hat.
Yeah.
That's it. And then like, hey, I got hat money in the bank. I just gotta wait to use it. I gotta wait for the better hat to come out or until this goal is reached. So
I think it's surprising how many people don't necessarily know money management, not even like investing or anything. It's just like a simple budget. It's like
that's
the
huge.
advice, like what my wife and I are doing this year is we're literally, for this first month, we're tracking everything, like everything that we spend, and so we can set the ground, like the framework for the rest of the year. And like we're fortunate in a position where we haven't had to struggle, right? But it'll help us know like where we stand and how can we improve. So we're trying to say we don't need Netflix, Disney Plus, HBO Max. We don't need all these subscriptions, right? Like I feel like so many times a lot of people now, first world problems is you're gonna sign up for all these things and then they rack up and you're wondering why like how am I spending so much money?
Yeah. Hey, look, share them accounts. You can't share Netflix, but share all the other ones.
Yeah, but I recommend people like
track those bills.
Share streaming services and just track what you're spending. Like just track your budget for a month so you can create like a legit budget and game plan. Because saving money, if you can do $50 a month, it's a starting point. It's better than a lot of people who are doing nothing.
Yep. What gets measured gets improved. Yeah. $50. $50 changed my life.
Listen, I don't know if y'all have heard of, I'm going to assume y'all have heard of Jim Rohn.
Jim Rohn, yeah.
A beautiful quote that he said was success is defined as, what do you say? Measurable progress in reasonable time. Love it. Measurable progress in reasonable time. I'm gonna have to put that one on a t-shirt or something, man.
We might have to end on that. That's a
Jim Rohn, I like it. All right, so y'all have kind of said it already, but like just to make it a little bit more plain, like we're talking about making bite-sized goals. So I don't know what 50 times 12 is. I'm not that smart, but instead of saying, hey, I want to create, I want to save this much in a year, like instead I'm just going to save $50 a month. So that's another strategy that I use. It's like making sure that you take whatever goal it is into like bite-sized goals. So it's like, hey, I just got to focus on this right now rather than the massive picture of it.
That's dope.
Yeah. Another one of mine is accountability. Like we're saying our goals right now on the podcast. So Golightly, we really got to keep you accountable this time on getting them 3 certifications. I wrote them down too. So I know it's recorded. I know it's recorded, but yeah, I wrote them down too. Service Cloud Consultant, Sales Cloud Certified Business Analyst. So
that's right.
Yeah, you might as well write them on your whiteboard because they might be on mine in a second.
Oh, they coming, man. Trust me. I need them.
So what suggestions do y'all have? Because I think this is very different for everybody, but like accountability. And I think the easiest one is like, hey, get a friend for accountability. There's got to be other ways we can do that though. So what do y'all suggest for?
It's just find what makes it enjoyable. Like no one ever, like change doesn't always have to be like hard. It doesn't have to be difficult all the time, right? I think dieting is probably the easiest example to use. You don't have to restrict yourself every single day and then blow it all on the weekend with a cheat meal to go out, right? You don't have to restrict yourself from not going out. like I said earlier in the call, if you can do 50%, 60% better, you're doing better than you did before. And so like you just got to find ways to not just get yourself discouraged. Like and
Yep.
just kind of keep realizing like small progress is progress. So just make, I
Yeah.
think it's just being able to make like small decision changes here and there instead of ordering like instead of sitting there eating a whole pizza, eat half.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to give some more context to that too, I think like depending on the type of person you are, some people are self-starters, some people work best siloed. And if that's the type of person that you are, you will have to, you know, give yourself little play little, I guess little mind games sometimes, you know. If you know that you struggle with sweets or something like that, don't have no sweets in the house. Or if you're not a person that works well alone, surround yourself with people that you know are like-minded or that will help you you know, steer in the direction that you want to go. So those are just a few examples that you could, you know, consider to stay accountable or keep yourself accountable, or have someone else, or, you know, a particular group or whatever hold you accountable.
Yeah. Love that. And I will say for like because a lot of that was like on the personal side, which I love that. So flipping it over to like the business side for anybody who's like struggling at work or an entrepreneur, because a lot of those listen, like set time aside in your schedule, make your schedule your accountability partner too. Or brainstorm with other people on your schedule. Like,
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm working on this project. The other person doesn't even have to be on the project, but hey, can I like run this by you in 2 weeks? So if you, you know, you put it on the calendar and, you know, you show up to the call with nothing, it's like, oh, you just want to talk? Are you wasting my time? Are you actually going to do this or what? You know, like what's going on? So either set the calendar by yourself first. And if that works, that works. If not, like rub somebody else in and be like, hey, can I run this by you? And, you know, brainstorm. Like, don't just use the time to tell them everything. Like, bring somebody in who's going to be valuable, brainstorm it with them, and all that good stuff.
Yeah. And then that was kind of one of the things I was going to say is like, it's never too late to ask for help
Yeah.
in personal record or work. Like, ask for help if you need it. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But also, like, yeah, if you're going to do a meeting with someone and you want the meeting to be productive, you can send them material beforehand. Give them everything to review, so that way you can come in, both people are on the same page, and you can hit the ground running.
Yep.
Definitely helps. It definitely helps when you know exactly what you need help with. That eliminates a lot of time being wasted trying to figure out what the problem is. So if you can assess that yourself, man, put you in a better position to help others.
Yeah. Most importantly. I got two more things that I want to kind of talk about. One is making sure that you put wiggle room in your plans. So I mentioned like achievable earlier, and we mentioned like it's hard to do things, accountability, like all these things, but like make sure you put wiggle room in your plan. So you might have a goal that you actually want to run 6 days out of the week. So instead of saying like, hey, my goal is to run 6 days out of the week, say, hey, I want to run, you know, 6 days out of the week. And then I have two get out of jail free cards on how many days I need to run, you know? So like, if I hit 4, then like, I'm good to go. I think Kenny, you actually had this in your plan is like, hey, you know, I want to make an album, or no, it was on a different goal, but you're like, hey, you know, I want to do this, but if I don't, then I got at least 1 or 50% of that goal, which is the accomplishment. So
Yeah, I do that with working out as well. It's like if I can't go for a day, I'm not going to beat myself up and be depressed and skip a cut into more days. I'm going to get back in there,
yeah.
And then if I have to, I'll drop weight. But like, you just got to get back in there and keep going.
That is such a good point. Is that like normally I would say for the majority of people, we set a goal, we don't accomplish the goal in January, then it's like, well, guess that's his goal for the year. You know, maybe I'll start again next year. No. Like, don't be upset that you missed a day or 2 or a week. Like, you still have tomorrow to reattempt the goal, or to still complete the goal, not even to reattempt, like to complete the goal. So yeah, give yourself grace, wiggle room. It's again about the progression, not about perfection.
It goes back to all about the journey.
About the journey. Yeah, the little man climbing up the mountain. You see it.
Hey.
And then so I do, along with the SMART goals, I do like a goal setting, like done like a 7-week course with people, like literally breaking down like, hey, here's how you set a goal. I do like specific goals with them, long term and short term. And like I just want to give like the 7-week outline so people can know like it's not just this. So just understanding like what a goal is, how to choose your goal, which we kind of went over today, like define what the goal is, explain, what SMART goal is, review the steps that we went over, then actually decide on a goal. So once you know how to prepare for a goal, then decide on a goal. After you've decided on a goal, make a plan. Maybe you didn't have a feasible plan before that. After you make the plan, you should be immediately taking action. The very next day, you should be taking action. You should not make a goal or a plan on which you cannot take action on immediately. That means there's something else to do before that. After you take action, the immediate thing you should do is you should review the results. After my first 4 months is gone and after I've run my first race or not run my first race, I'm going to review the results. How many days did I run? Did I run enough? Did I run too little? How did I do at the race? Like just reflect. Like a lot of this is about self-reflection too. So review the results. And most importantly, take action again, no matter what. Take action again. Like massive action typically gets you somewhere. You might end up in a different place that you weren't expecting the goal to be, but like take action somewhere.
Got to.
Yeah.
Love it.
Did y'all have anything else before we wrap this up? This has been good. Also, y'all got y'all goals. Y'all put some extra bullet points. We learned something.
I'm locked in, man. I did. I definitely learned something today, man. I learned that me and Kenny gonna be playing golf together. Kenny about to drop an album. Leo about to run 10 5Ks.
Put those together, it's a marathon.
Hey, Kenny,
Hey.
it's a marathon. R.I.P. Nip. Kenny, you gonna let me hop on the track? You gonna let me drop some vocals or something?
Yeah.
He gotta have a name first. What, you gonna just go on as Leo?
Hold on a second, because I think that I disclosed this to you, Golightly.
You got a name?
Yes.
Yo, if it ain't Neo, you're not on the album.
It don't let him on if it ain't Neo, man.
Oh my gosh. All right, we got to
say that for another time.
Yeah, we got no. We gotta go ahead and wrap it up with this. Where did the name Neo come from? Golightly, you gotta tell the story, and we gonna let everybody go.
Yeah, man.
Wait, hold on. Do we have anything important to say before we get into this awful tangent?
Let's do this, man. I do want to end it with some positivity, because to y'all's point, it can be pretty daunting starting a new year. So just to recap a little bit, man, what Kenny said, what Leo said, don't be afraid of the big task. Think of it as like an ice sculptor or something. They don't look at a big block of ice and just be like, you know what, I'm about to just tap this bad boy one time and it's just going to come out this beautiful sculpture. It starts off as a big brick, right? So you got to chip away at it one chip at a time to perfection. They say that success is like nothing more than a few simple disciplines that you practice every day. So one step at a time, get after it, make yourself, do the best you can to be better, 1% at a time, one day at a time, and just reap the benefits at the end of the year and self-reflect. Mic drop. I'm just kidding, man.
Yeah, mic drop.
That's it. Well said.
I got nothing.
But yeah, Neo. How about Neo? So where was we at? We in Dallas?
Yeah, this is Dallas.
Texas, yeah.
Dallas Airport, man. We was on the way home, man. My boy Leo decided to get him a burger. Customer service was okay. Could have been better. I think they was doing a shift swap or something. I don't know. Anywho, she said, "What's your name? What's the name for the order?" Leo, like, "My name is Leo." What? Leo? They like right here. I'm talking about right here.
Yeah, I could have poked her in the nose with my elbow.
Hey, Leo. She like, "Okay, cool." My man, food finally come out. Or matter of fact, did you have to go get it?
I had to go and get it.
You had to go get it because
concerned. Yeah.
He had to go get it because they had him down for Neo and not Leo. So yeah, man.
So I'm going up there 2-3 times. Hey, you got an order for Leo? No,
No.
Leo. I'm like squinting because I can see like a box over there with like three letters.
He's like, you know, everybody else that ordered around the same time that I did, it's kind of funny because they came and went, and it's only one that's been. Let me just look at that. And he like, Golightly, you ain't gonna believe this. He showed me the ticket, man. I was in there crying, man.
Oh man, Neo.
Hey, I was calling you Neo. I was calling him Neo for the whole flight. Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man. Don't let him on the track, Kenny, if he ain't repping Neo gang.
Hey,
no
I'm pretty sure, Golightly, I told you my stage name. Hey, look, if y'all don't want to let me on the track, it's cool because I already got 2 songs prepped and I'm ready to drop my album. Okay, I already got them prepped. I just need to put together, you know what I'm saying, the music.
I'll let you on. I'll let you on.
All right, cool. That was easy.
You gotta send us your stage name though. I also don't have one yet either. So
I don't know if I want to tell y'all that because y'all definitely gonna roast me on that. Because you know me, I'm all sentimental. It's got a meaning behind it and everything. I'm pretty sure Golightly, I told you.
Yeah, I feel like you did. I don't remember, which may be a good thing.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
I mean, I know you already sent us your album picture, so your album
cover. Oh yeah. Hey, most def. You can't rock nothing else but that one, bro. That was as soon as you did that, you already know. Yeah, that was. You looked at it's like, yeah, this is it.
Ain't even posted on Instagram yet.
Childish Gambino vibes, man.
Hey, getting it going. All right, y'all. I think it's good to wrap here. I appreciate y'all hopping on. This was a fantastic conversation, as always. We keeping each other accountable. So, happy New Year again to everybody. If you're listening to this right now. If you're not, if it's June, July, August, September, whatever month it is not too late to set goals. This isn't a New Year thing. This is literally a tomorrow or today thing. So keep setting those goals, keep taking massive action, 1% better every day, or you can go less than that and go 260% better for the year. You know, break it up into bite-sized goals. There's a lot of nuggets here. So I'm going to close it out and stop rambling. But like we always say, pursue excellence and cherish everyone. Peace. Yo, thank you for tuning into the P.E.A.C.E podcast. You know, this podcast actually started off with 4 friends sitting around a table once a week. We were having conversations to educate ourselves about the world around us, talking about what we're dealing with day to day as regular people, and simply to self-reflect. So that's all that you're seeing us do here, and you're getting to see it live. So I challenge you to do the same thing. If you've made it this far, obviously something caught your attention. So get a group of friends and build a small community and start to join in the conversation. Like, these are tough conversations. These are fun conversations, but these are conversations that are needed to be had. In fact, I want to make it easy for you. If you're listening to this podcast at home, invite a friend over. Or maybe invite 2 friends over, 3 friends over, whatever it is. Turn your TV on, your computer, your phone, wherever you want to watch it, turn the podcast on, okay? And join in the conversation. If you're listening to this maybe on run, at the gym, you know, I get it. I do the exact same thing. But maybe you can share the link, clip the file or something like that, and just pose one of the questions that you heard here today. The point is to build community and to self-reflect. Oftentimes, we don't vocalize the things that we need to work on, and that's one small way that I think that we can, you know, help improve ourselves, improve others, and most importantly, pursue excellence and cherish everyone. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you again next week. Peace.